You already know what it is. It's your favorite actor, Hassan Johnson, and I'm with the one and only Gully TV. You already know what time it is.
If you tune in to me, you watching Gully TV. This gentleman here was introduced to me as a Canadian hip-hop underground legend. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and introduce yourself. We're going to get up into this. Again, I appreciate you for dominating my album.
Absolutely.
I mean,
that's love. That's love. You know, I'm Asun Eastwood. I'm coming from Toronto, Scarborough, east side of Toronto. Yeah, man. This is what I do. And PA Dre is a man that introduced me to Gully as well. And I've been watching Gully from before that, dog. I'm not front. Like, yeah, outside. He's been doing this DVD thing for a long time. You know, he's a voice in the culture. He be doing the hood legend type of shit. So we go to get that type of news. You know what I mean? And that's what we, especially in Toronto, there's a lot of similarities to even Pennsylvania as far as like the hood type of shit. We love this type of underground, this type of energy. You know, especially from this age group. And made sense. So I took the drive.
No doubt. Before we get started, briefly. Are you the first? There's other Belizean MCs that made it, correct?
Shyne.
I thought Shyne was Belizean. I needed you to say it.
Yeah, Shyne is Belizean. So Shyne, but the thing is, I can't hold my tongue. That's just not who I am. But Shyne was to explain, a bastard child for a politician. His dad is the first black prime minister of Belize, right? Okay. But before he was the prime minister, Shyne, you know, you're in power in a third world country, you're fucking the young girls. Like, that's what's going to happen. So, I mean, he kind of never knew his pop, so he never knew Belize. You know what I mean? He went to New York young. Right. He's more New York than he is Belize until he had to be deported. Okay. And that's when he kind of embraced. He didn't embrace it right away. It took him some time. He was really trying to get back to the States, and he tried to petition the Belizean people to get him back here, and the Belizean people didn't know him. Like, yo, who are you? You know? Right. And it was tough, but then he embraced it, and, you know, he's now he does a big role in Belize. He actually takes care of the hood over there, too. Like, he's doing this thing.
That's what's up.
Proud. He's proud. And I'm proud of him.
Can you give me some history on hip-hop in Toronto?
Hip-hop Toronto? I mean, hip-hop in Toronto goes way far back. Like, it's very similar. We're very East Coast, right? So, especially with the West Indian influence of Jamaica, like, to me, I don't know if this is controversial or anyone, but reggae is hip-hop, right? Like, reggae is before that. That kind of introduces. So when you see someone like KRS-One that's heavily influenced, even Africa Bambaataa, maybe we don't say that name too much no more.
Yes, we do. I say it here.
Yes, you have to.
I mean, he ain't been convicted of that.
It's still history, right? It's still part of the history. So, I mean, in Toronto, we have Maestro Fresh West is someone that Americans might know more about, right? Backbone Slide, Mishi Me. There's a clip going around right now with Kane talking about coming down with a girl there, and Mishi Me tore her apart in Toronto. Like, he was embarrassed for her, and he brought her. And that's how Toronto has been skilled. And especially the connection between, you know, every West Indian spot, whether you're talking about Brooklyn, which is very Jamaican, the connection has been there between Toronto the whole time. So, like, all my OGs and stuff are Jamaican, like the Rastas and Dreads, and they have all the connection. If you say some names, it's going to ring bells all across the board. So it's just how it is. And there's a ton of Belizean community in New York, like all the major cities.
How dominant is the Yardie?
Dominant.
In Toronto?
It's dominant.
Because we watched
right. My
the
wife
internet.
is Jamaican.
Okay.
Right.
We see all the gangster shit.
Yeah.
You've been exposed to that up there?
Of course, 100%. It's no different than any other place, but we're more like New York. Like, when I see here, this is like there's a place that my people in Toronto know, like Oshawa and the outskirts. Not to say it's suburb, it's just less population, right? So we're more similar. When I go to New York, we're like a baby New York City, where it's like a high population, high density, and it's super multicultural. It's not necessarily just black and just white. But if you go in the hoods, back when I was growing up, it was predominantly West Indian. So I don't have too many there's not a lot of Belizeans in Canada at all. Even me being Belizean in Canada is rare.
Okay.
So in Toronto specifically though, it was Jamaicans, Guyanese, Trinidadians, you know, and now the new low class, the new immigrants are the Africans, Somalians, the Turkish, all the people in the war-torn countries, you know. So now it's the same thing kind of happening over again with another demographic, but hey, this is what they do to black people anyway. So most of our housing projects, most of our communities are black, West Indian, and now we're just getting into that third, fourth, fifth generation of Torontonians in Toronto Canadians. So whereas New York or here, y'all are, where are you tracing your roots back to? Maybe Virginia, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So here, that's like how long, 50, 25, 30 generations.
Yeah.
Where we have that in Nova Scotia. So the Scotian people are the original black people in Canada. And they're very much related. It's the same people that they brought to Mississippi and Carolinas. It's the same people they brought to Nova Scotia. And even how they speak, even they sound American. You know, it's crazy.
All right.
History.
Speaking of history, I recently watched a documentary called Black Ice.
You familiar with it? Oh, for sure.
Is that real up there?
Yeah.
You play hockey?
No, I don't play hockey.
No.
I can't skate. I'm not born in Canada.
But that's the way we play basketball in America. Young black guys go up playing hockey.
So street hockey was something I played 100%. Getting on the ice, especially being West Indian, that's just not something I did. But we watch it. Yeah. We maintain it's part of our culture. Like, you know, a field day, you might go to the ice rink in school. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like one of my schools that I went to was literally next to an ice rink. So that was like a hangout spot. Yeah. And that's in a co-op, that's in a housing area. So it's like it's different, but it's the same. But hooping was everything to us. That was over hockey still.
No doubt.
Still over hockey.
They the Canadian hoopers are putting in work in the NBA now. You feeling that? And SGA from Canada,
he's Hamilton, so he's a little bit more suburbs, but we claim him as Toronto still. Corey's someone that he was under me. Like I seen him as a kid. Like he went to the same school, pretty much same area we grew up in. Yeah. Well, I moved a lot, so it's hard for me to say I grew up in one. I went to like 8 public schools before I hit high school. And that's not, when I say 8 public schools, not like because I wasn't in this one, I went one down the street. Right. I'm talking different parts of the city areas. Got it. So by the time I got to high school, I was in Pickering, which is east of Scarborough. And it's a suburb. And that is where Corey and DeVoe Joseph, Corey's older brother, they were killing. I watched him on his senior night do some Kobe shit, like killers, you know? Doubt. Laid the foundation.
Okay. To somebody who's from the United States, our perception of hip-hop history in Canada, of course, we would have to mention Kardinal Offishall.
Cardinal, absolutely.
Have you had any interaction with him?
I have a song with Kardinal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, me and Cardi and Danielson, that's on Bite the Bullet. Cardi embraced us, you know. He helps us here and there. He gives us, not even necessarily help, he gives us advice. Cardi he's reached out. I've performed for him, and he had a Free the City after COVID, the first show after COVID in Toronto, a free concert that was like probably one of the biggest shows I performed at. Right. Dave Chappelle was actually supposed to be there, but he ended up doing like a video thing. Right. And Cardi's the homie, man. Salute Cardi. I just saw him like 2 weeks ago.
That's what's up. That's major. I appreciate you elaborating on that. Yeah. What does Drake mean to Toronto?
I do these questions.
Yeah, him, Tory Lanez. We about to go.
I think Drake is very important to Toronto. All right, and he opened a door as far as mainstream. We've never had a mainstream rapper with that success. Yeah. Before that was Cardi.
Absolutely.
But also with more the rap, like no one could deny that he can rap. Now there's conflict within that as someone that comes from where I come from. he's not necessarily from the same place that I'm from.
Okay.
But that also doesn't matter where hip hop is and everything. That's not necessarily a necessity that has to be pointed out. But for me, it has to be pointed out because we represent, but we still rate him. He's still rated as a guy, and we see what he does. And people around him definitely come from the place, you know, that are around him now.
Right.
Come from those places. So it's love. Drake is very important. Although he took the loss, but he's very important.
Oh, and let's talk about that briefly. What do you think about him using that artificial intelligence in the middle of a battle? I thought that was a turning point, personally.
I think so. I think for me, the loss was culturally. He had so many opportunities for me. Was the AI, I could care less. Tupac doesn't rap like that. Snoop doesn't rap like that. So it didn't hit me the same way. I see a lot of people give him credit for doing something like that, innovative, but it didn't come off to me like that. The thing that really I didn't like was when he did the Family Matters video and he shot it in New Ho King, right? So so if you don't know, Kendrick mentioned New Ho King in his verse, which is it's a Chinese restaurant in Toronto. It's one of the spots after you go to the club in the club district, you go and eat. You know what I mean? And him mentioning it now took their business way up. New Ho King has been a place in Canada, but it died out, but now it got back resurgence.
Right.
The thing I didn't like was him now doing this and him shooting, because Drake had got robbed by New Ho King. So that's why Kendrick mentioned it.
He got stuck up there?
Yes.
Okay.
So him doing the video in New Ho King made it a thing. But if you're talking culture, what he should have did was let's go to the Caribbean spot. Let's go to the jerk spot. Let's bring the money. We don't eat at New Ho King no more. That could have been the reference. You know what I mean? He had an opportunity that he let pass instead of going to New Ho King and showing out and doing the video. I just didn't. It didn't. I didn't like it, but
right.
Yeah.
Why does it seem, from someone out on the outside looking in, the drill music is primarily the vibe in Toronto?
Because it's that, for that generation, that's what the Smack DVDs was for my generation.
Okay.
That's their shit. That's their version. That's them talking all the politics. Yeah. That's them. This is murderers. Yeah. That are rappers. Yeah. So that's how they get off. That's their low frequency music.
Right.
You know, and I think that in the Brooklyn's and in these places like New York has their drill scene, UK has the drill scene. It kind of, accent doesn't really matter. Like a Canadian artist doing a southern genre always never made sense to me because accent means more. Right. It's like if a southern artist all of a sudden wanted to be a reggae, it wouldn't connect. No. Right. So I think drill is the one that kind of connects on all accents, and it's big. It's their shit. It's the politics, and that shit's what's winning when you're talking about artists, like recognizable artists in our city is drill.
Yeah. When you be at the hip hop events and shit like that, you see them guys?
Oh,
hell, they be around?
They be. I mean, it's tough because it's so blocked. Like, if you're leaving, you have real problems, right? Real problems and on-site problems. So, not too much. Maybe some of them. But not too much like that because it's popping. They're not really doing shows in the city like that. Yeah. Because it's real.
These are Rastas.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of Ethiopian, a lot of Somalis, there's Jamaicans for sure. These are the older OGs of the Rasta heads that were original. Okay. But now it's that new crop, like a lot of African, a lot of African, East African. Yeah. It's even some of those Indian dudes are getting crazy. Even some of the, it don't matter no more. It's a block thing. It's like where are you from? Yeah. You know.
Okay. One of the things that stood out to me in your bio was 12 albums. Yeah. How'd you go about putting in all that work, and what year did you start your journey to 12 albums?
This is what's funny. I didn't. Rap was something that I didn't really look to pursue. My brother Chops, rest in peace, he that was his game, and that's what he wanted to do. And he'd be like, yo, I just more be the dude, like, yo, I'll come do this. Like, yo, you need to be a part. He'd always push me to be a part of it. And when he died in 2012, that really didn't look like something I wanted to do. I was more playing what I had to play. I did what I did. You know, I started getting into real estate at a young age, and it was money. I'm a money guy. I want to do well financially.
Okay.
You know, it's whatever happened in high school wasn't the thing for me. So I moved a little different, and then 2016 came, and I said, in 2015 actually, I was looking to, for me, is diversifying that portfolio. Like, I'm not gonna just be a dude that's gonna rely on one hustle. You know, it's not. I'm not trying to incriminate myself here, but I'm not gonna just do that thing. So I went back to school. You know, I had met my wife a little earlier than that. And in going back to school, because I finally got my high school, I did that for my mom that had cancer, and that was one of her wishes. Like, yo, just finish high school. I finished high school at 30 years old. And in that, music just started pushing itself to me. I met a brother, Uncle Doe, and he's like, yo, I think you should do this rap shit. I was listening to old shit from you. Like, what old shit? You know, because I never took it seriously. There's just some mixtape shit outside, you know, some random shit. And then in 2016, the All-Star game came to Toronto. And we were outside. And the feeling of, like, the energy, I met Sway, I met a bunch of people, and my dude Doe was with me, and he's like, yo, you need to do this. I met some people that been Soundsmith Brothers, Kool-Aid, Why Not, salute to them. Legends in Toronto as well. Produced for Nipsey Hussle, produced for Jeezy. Yo, you should come to the studio. Let's see what you got. Mind you, I haven't rapped for 10 years at this time. And I had to feel that All-Star game where I went to the dunk-off with Levine and Aaron Gordon and shit.
Oh, that happened in Canada?
That was Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the first one? When they went at it?
2016, yeah.
Wow.
So that energy that was in the city is like, yo, maybe let me see what the studio looks like. And I recorded my first joint in April of 2016. That ended up being a joint I got Conway on, because I had a plug to Conway at that time.
Right.
And it just led, once I do something, I do it. So once I said, yo, we're going to do this, let's go all in. And from I released my first album 2017. And I just never stopped.
All right. You kind of like jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Nimbus.
Yeah, that's the first
Let's talk about this project featuring Conway The Machine and Sky Zoo.
Right.
Is that your PILLMATIC?
No, I wouldn't say that, because I wasn't ready yet.
Okay.
I can honestly say, like I said, I took a long break, right? So my skills weren't where it needed to be yet. That was just me. I'm financially different. I'm not a struggling artist.
Right.
So it's like, all right, let's put this together and see. Let me just say I did one, you know? And that got the ball rolling. And the production was dope, but it just wasn't there yet. And it was dope. Don't even get me wrong. It's dope. People might even say it's one of those for him. But I believe not until I got to maybe my third, fourth, that's where I really landed where I am now. So
you dropped these 12 from 2017 to now? Oh, you went crazy.
Crazy. I put work in. I stayed in that, and especially COVID. In 2020, I probably dropped 5 of those albums. Like, I literally sat in the studio and just, all right, this is what's going to happen outside. And anyone that knows that is playing in that game, I not say the word, it's not the same no more since COVID.
Right.
It's not, you can know the value of it. It's not the same. The economy is not the same. So these guys can't do it the same. It's the Fetty, it's the other shit that's going on now, you know? So seeing that game, hey, all right, I'm going to figure this out, because I could foresee it.
Yeah.
Let me just get into this. And I went all in.
The practice of dropping multiple albums in a year, that's some new shit, right?
Is.
How is that effective? Is it effective?
It is effective to a point.
Okay.
And that's what I realized, because I salute the homie Flea Lord, salute
West.
Danielson, West, all these guys. I watched them doing this, and I'm like, okay, let me get busy, and let me see where I stand. And that's what's good. You get to see where you stand. Because as an artist, you're sensitive about your shit. Erykah Badu, right? Sensitive about my shit. So, like, getting out that spot and getting yourself out there now creates something. But later now, you have to start maneuvering with, it's refinement. You got to refine this thing and making right moves, you know, like making quality. Because sometimes when you're shooting, the quality isn't as good as the precise sniper shot, right? So, yeah. Can't do that the whole time. Can't be like that the whole time. It's not worth it. It's not valuable.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. In your bio, it says that you deal with your misfortunes through music. Is this hip hop thing something that's therapeutical to you?
100%. 100%. I might not, a brother like you, you're easily in front of that camera and you handle business. I've seen some of your story talking about, like, you know, you knew you saw this podcast, the technology, talking in front of the camera, going to a certain place, and that's not always comfortable for me as far as, it's not the camera as far as what I can say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where I'm from and the time I'm from, it's not regular. You know, although I love the camera. People that really know me, you know, she's laughing because she knows I love the camera still. Right. But like, talking and stuff, it's.
Well, see, y'all still work. Y'all working
the
with
vulnerable,
the old school principles.
Yes,
we don't talk about.
Yes, so the vulnerability that I can get with rapping, I saw rap now happening that way, and you see the West, and they talk that talk. I'm like, I know that talk really well. Right. So it kind of gave that, but that's the given. That's a struggle. That's the fight too. Like, I don't want to say too much either, you know. And it's just the trap, the drill shit. You see how it is. It's like, all right, let me get my shit off. And I think that besides all that, even emotionally, like, you know, talking about having a wife, I kind of do different things and just I'm fucking hoes all the time. Where, you know, although there's some shit, you know, we can reflect on life, but there's also that reality, and I kind of want to build men. You know what I mean? I don't want to just say that this is the only way. Just like when Drake and those guys came out, to that point you had to be a gangster rapper, and they showed that that's not the only way. Yeah. Genuinity is the win. You're genuine, you're gonna win.
For sure. Your name, I know that's a righteous name. I know it's something to that.
Absolutely.
Break down your name.
So Asun is not out of the righteousness part. It just ended up being that. My actual government name, which I'm never afraid to tell you, is Amir, which is also a righteous name.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So let me give the origin. My mother happened to name me Amir because that's my father's middle name, which my grandma on my father's side gave him because she just liked the name out of different parts of the world. So every one of her sons got a name from a different part of the world, and his was Amir. She knew the meaning. Now, growing up, salute to Berwick, we had a big NOI community. A lot of NOI brothers, yeah.
Nation of Islam?
Yeah, absolutely.
I grew up in a nation.
I know. I see everything. And that's why I was asking you about I see all the stuff. I see the mosque over there. I see certain things.
Yeah, you're right here.
Right, yeah. And I was noticing, and then I was like, it's ironic because Asun was just a nickname given to me as like Asun, like you shine like a sun, like literally. And this is Caribbean parents talking, not American. Right. So it's something that kind of stuck, and then you grow up and you see Old Dirty, and I was raised on Wu-Tang, I was raised on all that type of shit. So it's just like, all right, this is gonna be the name, and I added Eastwood because I'm an East Side dude, and Clint Eastwood. I love Clint Eastwood. I fuck with. He racist probably as fuck, but I fuck with Clint Eastwood. I love his shit. I love his racist shit too. Yeah, I love his shit. Right. So yeah, that's where the origin is. It wasn't actually a given name out of no FOY, NOY, no 5%. It was just an honest nickname because I shine like a sun.
No doubt, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Tell me about your relationship with the cloth. That's a
right.
That's a brand, a hip hop brand that I feel they haven't got their just due yet. Them is some bad motherfuckers, y'all.
Bad.
I speak very, very highly of Rochester. I rep that Rochester hip hop shit. But they haven't got their big break yet. For them to have the caliber MCs in that collective, the world just hasn't bitten into it yet. Yes. How did you come in contact with the cloth?
Well, being in this thing, it was, you know what? I think it was more Daniel's son that they started working earlier. And I know Mav came to the studio to mess with Finn, another producer from Gold Era in Toronto. And being in this thing, you just see who's really moving. Yeah. And it was literally one reach out, and just like this. Yeah. Pull up. Yeah. I pull up. Yo, you pull up? How I'm moving, Riggs literally said, yo, I like how you move. And from that point, we recorded a couple joints, and we just always had that. He was supposed to be over. I had a show set up for him in 2020. It was 2022. It's coming right off of COVID. Yeah. But we don't believe in the jab and all that type of shit. And I said, yo, I had it set up sold tickets, hotel, everything.
So the cloth
And
been rocking in Canada?
They didn't end up coming over because of they didn't allow him to come over because of the jab shit.
Yeah.
So it was whatever. But he did come over one time. We had a show that actually got shot up when it happened. So he's never been here and got to perform.
Right.
As something always happens. So we're going to keep on trying to make it work.
Yeah.
You know, he's invited me over to LA. It's just certain people, like I said, genuine, it resonates. Yeah. You cannot defeat that.
Yeah.
And I picked that up off them. They picked that up off me. And here we are. Like, just a real relationship.
The pull-up is very, very essential, man. It separates the men from the boys, man. I tell people that all the time.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, they think that they can just stand on social media and have a social media rap existence. It don't work like that, man.
I be telling my young boys. I tell every one of them.
Yeah.
Yo, come. There's supposed to be one right here. Come with me.
Yeah.
Everything I've done in my life, it has been to generate a real relationship. Has been the pull up.
Yeah.
Even if we started on the internet.
Yeah.
It has been the pull up.
Yeah.
Matters. Old school principles matter.
Yeah.
Going out doing shows as a rapper, it matters. Go show up at some spots and pull up and fucking make it work.
Right.
Hustle.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that you've dealt with the loss of a brother. You care to elaborate?
I put in the bio, it says brother, and I know that confuses people. It's a brother, not my blood brother, but someone I grew up with,
somebody
like a
close
brother.
Okay.
And that's Chops. That's who I mentioned, and I wouldn't be doing this without Chops. That's my brother. That is, even relationships I have that are even great to this day are from him after he passed.
Yeah.
That's how much we have the same tattoos, the Black Mafia, that shit is our shit. The people in the East that know, they know. That's my guy, man. And I do this. I feel like everyone says, like, since when he passed, it's like, even my rapping took off. It's like, he said, hey, I'm going to give you that gift. Right. A little bit more. You know, I said something spiritual there. So, yeah, rest in peace, brother.
Okay. Tell me about this
project
art, this art piece you delivered to me today.
And Let Me Talk My Shit 2. This is the second part for the Let Me Talk My Shit series. My brother Wisdom, East End Scarborough brother as well, a legend, also produced this full album, and we called it Let Me Talk My Shit 2, but not number 2, it's TOO.
Okay.
Because my brother also raps. This guy right here also raps.
Okay.
And in the first one he just produced, but he's not mentioned in the back. Like, we have Huss Kingpin on this, we have Bub Styles, we have Eddie Kane, we have Tona and JD Era, my two Toronto guys over there.
Yeah.
So what's not mentioned is a featuring Wiz is on this song, Wiz is on 3 songs, but it's his album as well, so why would he be mentioned as a feature, right?
You've literally worked with all of the dynamos that exist within the underground.
Yeah.
How'd you get down with Huss?
Huss is...
Who's on PILLMATIC 1.
I went to LA.
Okay. Pull up.
I pull up, right?
Pull up, yeah.
Pull up in LA. We stopped over at one of the studios. I'm at PA as well, Planet Asia. He's also on PILLMATIC too. Yeah. We're planning to have him in the summer, do some shows. We do the shows too. Like, we
he on PILLMATIC 1 and 2.
Yeah.
PA, yeah, that's my guy.
He had a killer on PILLMATIC 2. I listened to the whole album too, by the way.
Yeah.
Sun City is another dude I grew up listening to. Like, the Max B times. So it was like their version over there.
Right.
Yeah, I fuck with Sun City. Me and Chops, that's why it's funny. Like, when I see these things, I'll tell her, be like, yo, Sun City is on an album that I'm on. Yeah. Chops would be fucking smiling right now.
No doubt.
You know, and those type of things matter to me regardless if... This is my time to share that.
Yeah.
But Huss pulled up in LA. Fucking, I was in the Mondrian. I said, I'm out here. Come check me with my wife.
Yeah.
With my wife. And we just did the thing and connected. And I fuck with him because he's real. There's people when you... I told him this to his face. You match how you rap. I could just tell that you've been out here.
Right.
And I love that.
Right.
I love that energy.
Sin City, that's my man.
That's dope.
And based on his experiences and him being a veteran, let's say that, right?
I'm fat.
I didn't want to ask him to get on my album.
Right.
And that's my man. I didn't want to ask him. You know what I'm saying? You know
how
that be, right?
I know it.
And we started constructing the album, and he's following me on Instagram, so he's seeing the dialogue and me talking to people and coming soon and this and this and that. And one day he was like, "Yo, man, I told you I wanted to be on the album, man. What's up, man? Like, send me something." He like, "Man, send me something."
That's dope.
I'm like, "Damn, man, like this nigga stepped to me like, like."
That's the best way.
He was enthused about it, man. But that also told me that he recognized what was going on and shit.
Yes.
There's a lot of big people, whether y'all know it or not, that's recognizing what's going on.
I recognize. I see it.
We them niggas.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's them.
We that underground, that great ball of fire. Yeah, we them niggas.
That's what we embody too. The same type of talk.
Yeah.
Same type of talk. And Matt, you have to know that.
Right.
Because they're watching. They're watching.
They hitting me up. They talking to me about it. Like,
it's a good look.
The next one won't be hard to make at all. Because niggas is on deck. They ready to shoot now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't play with this one. This one, too, you didn't play. There's no playing in that.
It was tedious. And I don't go in the studio with him. I leave that to the professionals. Right, but I'm the boss. I say who gets on. Yes. I A&R it.
Yes.
I find the talent. I find the MCs.
Yes.
And I just say,
reach out there.
Him.
Get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was such a mess that it was a mess, man. Putting that shit together. It was a mess. It was a mess, man, because some people was taking their time sending their verses in, right? Yeah. And which forced us to find someone else. You know what I'm saying?
I know it.
And we going deeper into the underground. We finding these diamonds in the underground, right? Yeah. And right as we started to get close to done, the original niggas that we asked for, they start sending their shit in, right? So it went from a side A to a side B because we ended up with so many goddamn records and shit, man. But it was a blessing in disguise, you know what I'm saying? Like, God is the best planner, man.
Ever.
You know what I mean?
Ever.
Like, we be bucking against the
process. And God laughs. That's what the saying, right?
Yeah.
Make plans and God laughs.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting frustrated as a motherfucker because it's my name. It's my name. It's Gully TV Presents. And I promised people a sequel, a part 2. PILLMATIC 1 was in 2022.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, it was in 2022.
It's not far, but it feels far, too, at the same time.
Man, it feels very far when your name attached to it and shit. Like,
you want to follow up right away.
They start, you know, I'm online all the time. I'm on live streams. I'm on YouTube, and the fans are stepping to me.
Right.
Man, what's up with the album?
Right.
You said it was going to be a part 2, this and this and that.
Right.
You know what I mean? By then, I put underground music on a lot of people's palette. They wanted more Hush Kingpin. They wanted more Planet Asia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wanted more opioid era and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we got to work, and I can't even describe how big this album is right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But since we on the topic, let's talk about your relationship with PA Dre and how did it come to be?
PA Dre had reached out to me, I feel like 2020 maybe, 2021. He's like, yo man, like you gotta do this. Like we gotta cook something. And this is how I am too. Like it'll be like, yo, do you want it? I'm a gardener. Throw the seeds. Let's see them plant. Let's see what sprouts. I'm not the dude. There's a lot of these artists that you hit them up. I charge XXX right off top. Not to say I won't hit with a charge, but I'm going to do my research first. So, yo, PA Dre, I kind of know the name. Let me look. Oh, this is RJ Payne's, man. Okay. I see him doing this thing. Let me hear these beats. As soon as he sends it to me, he'll probably tell you maybe a day, maybe the same day, maybe the day after. Send him maybe a couple. Yo, why don't we do an album? All right. But you have to know also I have a lot of albums on, like even with those 12 out, I probably have 7 just right at the end. Yeah. And PA Dre's in that.
Yeah.
So it's just what makes sense now. I can't shoot as fast as I was. What makes sense? So now that it's been 3 or 4 years that we kind of been working on an album, we have all these songs. It's just getting more fresher songs. You know what I mean? So PA Dre, it was like natural, just some fuck like Asa, like you know he knows that I'm with the shits. He's a Muslim brother as well.
Right.
You know, and it's just like natural shit. We have to pull up on him too. And he's in Carolina, right?
Nah, Dre in Cali now.
Oh, he's Cali. He was in Carolina at the time.
He was down
and I was
Carolina.
supposed to go to Carolina to also check my man SLNC, and I was planning to pull up at that time, but didn't work out. Right. So.
How many of the Cloth members did you end up working with?
I have one with everybody. I have one with Mooch, Rob Gates, Riggs, Mav.
Yeah.
Whoever I work with.
Illinois.
Sorry.
Did you work with Illinois?
Illinois. I have one with Illinois. He's
right.
He might be on my album. I don't think he's released an album for a minute though.
Right.
Yeah, he's more quiet. I met him in LA too. Definitely, we might have 2 or 3 to be honest on Sims or Finn's project, someone's project. I've worked with every one of those brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Illinois is a fly nigga too.
What you do with Gates?
Gates, we did
live wire, man.
The Gates, we were in the studio and Gates was fucking up the whole fucking studio. He was literally punching the studio walls rapping. Like, he's different. It was called Gas Inspection, I think the joint was on Bite the Bullet. And we might have another one that not been released. Gates is a nigga. I fuck with Gates.
Yeah.
Even is like real, like authentic. We've talked about. I just have a memory. I'm not even gonna sit on camera, but when I first met him, he's like, "What about?" He showed me something because we were talking about something. Yeah, we messed with it. And he's like, "What do you think about this?" I was like,
"Yeah, he don't got no sugar coat. Yeah. He don't got no sugar
real
coat.
Real ones. He's special too. He has this energy, like underrated, but. I hate the word underrated. It's just not the time.
Under-recognized.
Yeah, like, it's not the time yet.
Yeah.
Because they're too dope. They're focused. They have a good set of people around them that are going to be honest with each other, hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not going to win. And that's why I want to bring them to Toronto to at least say, yo, I'm showing you these people in Toronto. Yeah. Look at these guys because they're going to go. Yeah. They're gone.
Yeah. It was important to me that I got a few of them on the album. I got Mav in Illinois, who I interviewed in North Carolina. I interviewed pretty much all of them except for Mav and Mooch, I believe. But Riggs, this side in that chair he's sitting in right now.
I saw the one with Riggs.
Right. Yeah. 2000. Oh, before we move on, tell me about the reception you got from your parents on PILLMATIC 2.
Oh, dope. Because I snapped on that one. That was one of the ones, I think I gave a little pun type of energy on it. It was dope. Like, your name's already there and PA Dre's name's there. It's just, I have people saying, yo, the way you've been, like, because I released this album was a test. This is the first album that I did without dropping on DSPs.
Okay.
I wanted to say, yo, this is available, and I wanted to see how much of my support would buy it before. Just off trust.
Yeah.
I trust him as an artist, so I'm going to buy it. I don't care. I know it's going to be right.
Yeah.
This is a test for me. So, with that being said, when I did that, people were in the comments like, yo, the way you've been stamping on features, yo, the joint on PILLMATIC, it's in my comments. So, it's been good for me.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I went through a lot with these dudes, man. You said you follow my platform. You just see me tell a lot of niggas suck my dick and all of that type of shit. That's because I was trying to get in position. I already knew what I wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people come to play, man, but I like to believe that it was written.
Yeah.
And I'm just living out the script. So if it was written, this is my destiny. This is what I have to do. Don't stand in the way of my destiny and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you're moving in alignment. You know you're in alignment. So it is written for what you want.
Believe that. Right. Yeah. Out of a lot of these underground guys that you've worked with from upstate New York, who did you have the best chemistry with?
Riggs, Mav and Riggs. Easily.
Word?
Easily. Me and Mav did an album in probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Easily. And like, this is what they were saying. Like, Riggs was saying, like, how did you get this guy not to complain about anything? Because he likes to complain and you'd be like, nah, let's not. It was literally put together. The toughest part was finding the artwork and agreeing on the artwork. That was probably the toughest part of the whole. We said the verse, boop, 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 boop. Yo, this is beautiful. The talk we had was grown. It wasn't like the shoot 'em up shit all the way through. Like, it's going to be in there, but we're not shooting at each other. Sometimes when all 4 artists are just shooting, like I'd even say, the verse on your shit is just me shooting. Like, let me talk shit.
Yeah.
Me and Mav were having conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. They are Rochester is the diamond.
Absolute diamond.
There's the diamond in the state of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, they deep, man.
They are.
Edo.
Yeah.
The Cloth. Trust Gang. The corridor. The whole upstate New York corridor. Rochester, Buffalo. All the way up till you get to the cities. Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Syracuse. Binghamton. Schenectady. You
All
know what I'm saying? Ithaca. Like, the whole shit.
Because it's almost like there's a chip on the shoulder for proving, like, yo, we might come from a small spot, but there's also, we might be stuck in time a little bit too. Like, we still resonate, like, we like this shit still. Yeah. That's what's working for them, and they're sticking to it.
They didn't deviate from what they like.
I've watched has a lot of them too.
I've watched major cities jump on the trends. Auto-tune. Drill music. The sing-songy shit. Rochester and Buffalo never engaged in no shit like that. It was nothing but gun bars, street shit, and lyrics. You know what I mean?
I remember seeing Ito with, like, stack bundles and shit growing up. Like, seeing that name. Like, I remember seeing that. Like I said, Stack Bundles at one time was my favorite rapper. Yeah. Like, my favorite. I remember, this is my favorite rap. Like, making one of those CDR joints with, like, fucking 100 songs on it. Yeah. Like, everything you could find. Yeah. Bad quality, ripped off, whatever. Stack Bundles, fully stacked, fully PD Crack, fully all these type of artists that are like, that's why I rap the way I rap too. Right. Can't leave it.
Are you on the radar now? Are you being contacted by those who you would consider big rap stars?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I believe they taking notice of what's happening.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Is saying I need a little bit of that. Like, people be needing an injection of creative energy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's happening. Like, as far my OG Fury, Lord Fury, he is also a Wu affiliate. Okay. Moon Crickets. Okay. Moon affiliate. That's him, Killa Priest, and DJ Merciless. And he has a great relationship with Ghostface. He has a great relationship. Like, Ghostface is like his brother. He sends Ghostface food and shit. Those brothers are seeing what's popping. Like, yo, we gotta get the right one. We gotta get the right one. So, like, definitely, it's Chops would be looking here like, yo, this is unbelievable. Me and Killa Priest have like 5 or 6 joints right now. It's crazy. It's a bunch of them. Too many. It's work. I have a lot of features out there right now that can release any day.
That's what's up. Yeah. Are you making a living off music? I asked the guys, YNX and Jamal Gasol, they was just here last week, and they were saying, well, you know, you got to do other things to make it happen. I'm not interested in doing nothing else. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So this is what the tough thing is. I'm an entrepreneur already, so it's not like if I was to give everything up and just do music, not my lifestyle. Impossible. It couldn't pay my mortgages. It couldn't do anything like that. Impossible. Right. And that is the goal. I want to be able to go full time, but I have responsibilities. I have things that need maintained. So I'm throwing everything in. I've invested everything that I hope I can see the light is getting bigger, that this is possible. Yeah. But not yet. Not yet. And that's why I put so much time in. Like, I put the most time into this, but I also have to do other things. Like, there's other businesses I have. Like, you know, I have a barbershop. I have other things that I own and just make it. That makes my money, you know?
Okay. Speaking of commerce, how lucrative is that vinyl
and this game? Is the part.
Yeah, pick it up again.
This is the part. So this right here, this is why we are doing 12 in that time. Because when I was doing the vinyl, especially now, we got to look at the economic thing that's happening in America. And when I say America, that's Canada too. We're not far behind as far as this. We're the same shit. People can't afford things anymore. That might be just, I can do this. Once COVID passed, you've seen everything change. The cost of living go like this, but what people make is staying the same. So what was middle class is now low class. So these things, like when I did like 4 and 5 in a year, I was making $70,000, $80,000 a year off music.
God damn, that's drug money.
That's no shows. That's just the vinyl.
Just the vinyl.
So this release will make us a $15,000. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it should, but Before, I was dropping one as soon. The first one of this sold out in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
300 copies in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's different. Now it's not like that.
Yeah.
Because although they want to buy and support, they don't have the means to just spend that money. And now there's plenty more people playing in the game that they're just.
Yeah, a lot of people coming.
Let me go buy. What's his name right now? The Haitian brother, part of Brazil, the kind of Haitian, Makami.
Okay, Mark.
Those brothers are charging $200 a vinyl, and he has big fans, right? So they're gonna. Maybe I'm gonna skip Ace this one and buy that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fair. And I just have to get my hustle up.
Right. Okay. What markets do you dominate with the vinyl?
It'd probably be Germany, France.
Yeah.
Germany, France. I get a good amount in America. It's scattered. Like it could be Kentucky. It could be Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut's pretty good. Some New York here and there, but in Canada too. I'm doing good in Canada because we've been and that's recently. Originally, there was not really Canada sales. It was mostly Europe. Europe is the biggest market.
Have you been over there physically?
Not for music, just on my let's fucking go. Let's go to Spain.
Okay.
Let's go to Paris. Let's go.
Right.
But not for music. And it's funny because when we went, they recognized me for music. Like, yo, they can't even speak English. I went to the bathroom and she's like, yo, this guy's asked me to take a picture. Is that Asun Eastwood? Asun Eastwood? Like, they can't even speak English.
That happened to me in Brixton with my baby mom. She almost passed the fuck out, yo.
Right.
She couldn't believe that shit.
Right.
We was in a sneaker store. We in Brixton buying kicks.
UK.
I mean, I'm a sneakerhead, man.
Yeah, of course.
Grabbing all types. This is before, I have to elaborate on this. This is before the Diodora, Sergio Tacchini and all of that came back over here heavy. So I'm over there grabbing that shit, right? Yeah, I'm going crazy over there grabbing that
for that shit.
And the dude walks up with the sneakers in his hand, boxes of sneakers, and he looked at me. He said, man, ain't you Gully TV? I looked at my baby mom. She looked at me. She just she started turning colors and shit. She couldn't believe that shit. I mean, bitch, I'm famous.
Yeah, I'm out here. And that's like exactly how she looked at me. She's like, what? Is this real?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Way the fuck over here.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I took a picture with the dude, man. I'm like, how long you been watching? He like, just about 2-3 weeks, man, but I'm on it and shit. Wow, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's all that
in
matters.
In the sneaker store, man.
And that's perfect alignment.
Yeah.
You know what that's for? When you have the little doubts. Like, am I doing this shit for real? Should I be doing this? That just changed, like, I'm doing this.
I know
South
London. South London, man.
That's beautiful, Brixton. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Right. So tell my viewers where these vinyls are available.
Yeah, AsunEastwood.com exclusively. We don't go anywhere else. We're not giving our money to none of these guys because, you know, although they've helped, salute all the good Copenhagen crates, the dope, salute all of them. They've helped early in the career. Now we're trying to cut the middleman out.
Right.
AsunEastwood.com. Asun Eastwood everything. You can hit the Bandcamp and support the streaming. It's not even on streaming yet.
Yeah.
But we will get there.
Right.
We want to give back to the fans that don't want to necessarily buy yet. We still want you to listen. So we're going to give those to you in about a couple weeks.
I'm glad you said everything you just said, and I needed you to say it in the manner that you just said it. Because PILLMATIC won, it was Dre's decision.
Right.
He went and did a little deal with Bandcamp.
Right.
I tell him to just go do what he do.
Right.
I mean,
for sure.
I got my position, he got his.
Right.
But I Googled my albums one day and I seen that it was on Bandcamp and they were selling physical copies and shit. I'm like, I don't even got physical copies yet, man. I'm like, how the fuck is this? Take that shit down, right? I told him take it down.
Right.
Right? So the reputation and the buzz for PILLMATIC 2 was so big, they contacted him. Like, yo, what's up with that other PILLMATIC, right?
Yeah.
And he sent me the screenshot. And I was like, they ain't getting it.
They want to do CDs.
Yeah. I'm like, they ain't getting it, period. I'm like, they ain't getting it, period. I said, I got my own website.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I said, they not gonna sink their talons into this one.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
I said, man, me and you gonna bust this whole brick down between us.
Yes.
Ain't nobody else getting in on this shit. And he was basically like, well, this is the pool where the collector's going by. Right. I'm like, man, fuck that pool. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? He's still not wrong, but you're more not wrong. This is the thing that I messed up at the start.
Right.
I thought about it later. I should have asked. I should have made my deal. Okay, you only want to pay me at the time. They're saying $15 a record or whatever.
Yeah.
$10. It got to low as $10 a record.
Right.
All right, cool. What I should have asked, the one thing that would have value. Give me your mailing list.
That's all the email addresses?
All their email addresses. Yeah. Let me get all your, if they, I don't care what you pay me.
So that's a negotiation.
Now the next time I go and drop
I'm serving myself.
I serve all your customers.
Yeah.
How you have
that was genius.
Because they got customers that don't even know me. They're learning me from them. So the only value they offer me is a mailing. Now, if I start selling over there, they might not even still pay for it because they don't even know I exist on something else.
That was so brilliant.
Mailing list.
That was some digital Suge Knight shit right there.
Yeah. Mailing list.
Yeah.
It's value.
Yeah.
Everything the shows. She works all my shows.
Right.
Mailing list. Give me your email. Anyone passing. Anyone we have Woo, we did Ghostface, all his people. Get all the mailing lists. We did fucking Conway. All his people, get all the mailing lists. So now when I shoot, what was the number? 786 emails. Shoot it.
I just did it. From therealdribble.com.
Yeah.
People going to my website to buy merchandise, but they signing up.
Yes.
And I told you, I said, man, I'm going to email blast this shit from my website.
Straight.
I did it the other day. I felt so fucking powerful.
Yes.
I felt so powerful, yo.
That exactly how I felt.
Fucking cheat code. Fucking
super
cheat code. Yeah.
That's the best shit in the world. That's what you were paying for on Instagram, really, and your followers.
Yeah.
But now you're just getting it personally, and now I can send it to you again. And now it's payday. It's Friday. Let me send it to you on Friday.
Yeah. Send it to you whenever I get ready.
Whenever I get ready.
Another 800.
And that might be the day that you buy.
Yeah. Another 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be the day you buy.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Damn, man. I really appreciate you getting on my album.
I appreciate you.
What do you have coming for 2024?
Guaranteed. I have my guy MK Ortiz from Germany. He's a Spanish producer from Spain via Germany. He hit me up and we built something and he put some money in my pocket too. So that's a good brother. Look out for that. I have so many things. Like as far as shows, we're working on like a little tour. You know what? I've learned too not to speak on anything that's not set in stone.
Me too.
That's why I rather
always goes bad.
It always does.
Yeah.
It always does. But I do look up for some appearances. The best thing to do is AsunEastwood.com. MK Ortiz album definitely on the way. You heard about PA Dre. I have a video on my phone that PA Dre hasn't seen for that album, and he's gonna. You could send him this because he's gonna hit me up after seeing it. Like what video? I did one with Bob Styles, and you're going to get that too. So a lot of stuff on the way. Just pay attention. That's all it costs.
Utilize my platform. When you release the videos, send that shit to me.
That's love.
I'm stretching Bobito. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm stretching Bobito.
Yes.
K-Slay ain't here no more.
Yes.
I'm holding this shit
You're
down.
holding it down. We need that.
That applies to everybody who's on my album.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I do the marketing. That's my gift to the guys who gave me verses. I do the marketing promotion for anything you got going on.
That's love.
So that's the trade-off. That's team basketball.
Team basketball.
It's the dribble.
The PG. Yeah, the dribble.
The
dribble.
Give me a drop, man.
AsunEastwood.com. You know what it is. I'm here with Gully TV, the dribble. Let me talk my shit. Coming live from the east side of Toronto. Talk my.
Rafer Alston, also known as Skip to My Lou, Southside Jamaica Queen, and you watching Gully TV.